Good morning. My name is Sheila Unwin, and I'm going to walk you through Aspen University's journey of AI. It was a long process to get to implementation, but through teamwork and the dedication of everyone involved, we made it happen. As many of you know, AI has been a hot topic for the last several years or so. It seems to be all anyone can talk about. Just at this conference alone, there are 19 different presentations on AI. And institutions have been grappling with how to manage student and faculty usage, policies, as well as procedures. And often it's an either all in or all out situation. Schools are either embracing AI or they want nothing to do with it. I can remember way back when I was in school learning math and my teachers telling me not to use a calculator because I wouldn't always have one with me. Fast forward to today, and my phone is always in my pocket and it's ready to do just about any calculation I need. I feel like AI is in that same position as the calculator was. Today, institutions have faculty who oppose AI due to wanting to ensure the students' work is their own, a reduction in critical thinking skills, bias with AI, data privacy, hallucinations, increased reduction of non-human interaction, and a lack of professional development specific to AI are just a few things to name. While others want to fully embrace it, students feel like they're caught between wanting to use it and getting dinged on the AI detectors. So how do we bridge that gap between these groups? At Aspen University, we began discussing how to move forward as we felt it wasn't going away. But even more important, we wanted to assist our students in not just understanding the content for their chosen field, but also how to have the advantage of how to ethically and responsibly use AI in that same field. So, if we think of Cotter's 8-step change model, the second and third steps are building a guiding coalition to form a strategic vision and building your army of folks who have bought into the change. They are the folks who will shout from the rooftops about this change. This strategy of buy-in has several benefits. It promotes collaboration, reduces resistance, helps to ensure everyone feels like they're included in the process, which in turn promotes morale. Ensuring everyone sees your vision is a key to an increased adoption rate. Collaboration also ensures that different perspectives, feedback, and insights are presented. Part of sharing our AI vision was ensuring that all the stakeholders understood that the concept of AI badges fit perfectly within our university mission-based outcome of technology literacy. We want our students to leverage technology to achieve their goals and produce high-value work products within an ethical and legal framework. Our AI discussions began in earnest around May of 2023. These early discussions really focused on several things, and they were presented from one of our faculty members. How we need to shape our policy as a university, the ethics of using AI in general, how we can educate our faculty and students, how to create clear expectations of both faculty and students, and really how would this look and feel in our classroom. And this preliminary conversation was simply a jumping off point. For me, I took it back to our curriculum services team. And that's really where the idea phase began. Within the curriculum services team, we discussed how we could create assessments that are AI proof, meaning that the students won't use AI to create the product. We wanted to bring in more reflection into our assignments. Additionally, we discussed our assessment strategy and how to personalize assignments so that they were meaningful as well as how each course discussion question, etc., was a step towards getting students to graduation. And that is ultimately our goal, to get all students to graduation. Many of these topics were actually already being discussed even prior to AI coming on the scene. We simply brought AI to the table. So when I took this information back to a meeting with the deans and directors and various key leaderships folks, uh, there was more conversation had based on EU recommendations, the need for more training, both faculty and students, policy, and what we can do now, and specifically what we can do with the curriculum. So after one of our curriculum team conversations, one of our instructional designers, and that's a shout out to Kate, presented the concept of AI badges. I had her create a preliminary mock-up of what they would look like. We made a couple modifications and we discussed the broad strokes of the concept and how beneficial it would be to both faculty and students. At that point, there would be 3 badges: AI free, AI friendly, and AI assisted. So next, I took the AI badge concept to our university council. I presented the AI badge concept to the provost and university council, and that conversation was great. There were concerns, but overall it was really positive. Our AI policy through that conversation was shaped. Basically, we decided to mirror our plagiarism policy, stating that the TII score must be under 20%, unless otherwise noted in the assignment itself. And we changed AI free to AI restricted. We felt that was more representative of what we were asking of students and faculty. And the council actually asked for concrete definitions. And so I took the badges to our deans and program directors specifically, since they're the ones who work with faculty and students. Now, I'm not sure if you have ever tried to get a group of deans and program directors to agree on anything. I don't really recommend it. I sent an email to 13 different deans and program directors. Early on, there was discussion about reducing it down to simply 2 badges. That program director felt that there was a fine line between assisted and friendly, and that it might get very muddy. She felt we really only needed restricted and friendly. And there was quite a bit of discussion centered around just having these 2 badges. Additionally, there was an objection to assigning the badges to assignments because our rubrics aren't built to differentiate between AI restricted and AI friendly. So it really seemed we had no consensus. Everyone had great ideas, but we really did need to settle on a single plan of action for the badges. After a month of back and forth, I brought the provost in on the conversation. And the provost set a call to action with just the deans to define each badge, provide an overview for each, the AI policy for each individual badge, as well as acceptable uses for each badge type, any exemptions that might impact the badges, and to create standard operating procedures. When they were done, we had a single document we could refer to. So what they came up was this: green badges, or AI-friendly badges. Students must use AI and submit it as part of the assignment. The assignments are exempt from the 20% policy, and there are only a few assignments like this in the entire program. Students use AI to assist with the idea generation, research, drafting, and final content creation. The AI generated material is part of that final submission. The assignments are strategically placed within certain courses in the program. This level aims to help students develop develop digital literacy by using AI tools for content creation and analysis while evaluating AI-generated content for accuracy and quality. Students must cite AI use, and going beyond these activities is prohibited and might violate academic integrity. So they thought that some of the AI uses could be completion of tasks, critical evaluation of AI outputs, comparative analysis, things like that. And this type of badge is typically assigned to open-ended, creative, or exploratory assignments where AI can enhance critical thinking or creativity. So when this is created, the SME must determine which assignments qualify for the green badge. And there's usually a lot of discussion with the deans on this. And so the example I give on this type of assignment is to have the student use AI to research cognitive load and then evaluate the response. And from there, write an essay or create a presentation on how cognitive load is applicable in a K through 12 classroom. For the yellow badge, or AI assisted, students will have the freedom to use AI for idea generation, but they do not submit it as part of the assignment. This 20% AI policy does apply. Assignments with the yellow badge permit students to use AI for brainstorming, idea generation, research assistance, but the content, again, is not submitted as part of the final assignment. This promotes critical thinking while limiting the overuse of AI tools. This aim is to help students enhance the quality of their own work using AI tools for refinement and editing. And so some of the acceptable use would be, using Grammarly, Microsoft Office for spell check, grammar checks, that kind of thing. Utilizing AI to create and format citations, creating an outline, that kind of thing. These assignments typically involve analytical writing, case studies, or discussion where personal input and reasoning are crucial. Again, the SME, as they're creating the courses, are going to put these in them. The example for a yellow badge is this. Have AI create an outline for a 2,000-word essay on cognitive load. Review the response and create the essay on your own based on the outline AI provided in your own revision. The red badge is AI restricted, and that we had very specific things that they needed to apply to. So any proctored or comprehensive exam, discussion questions, and in our signature assignments, we have a final assignment that is cumulative of everything that the students learned. So we didn't want them to use it in those type of assignments. And here, again, the 20% AI policy applies. The deans recommended only using Microsoft Editor for grammar checks. Assignments with the red badge strictly limit the use of AI tools. Students should not use AI to generate or submit any part of these assignments. With this, they felt like the students, this was we can recommend that students not use AI, but this is, you can't make sure that they do it. So this is kind of that. We're recommending they not use it. These assignments are critical assessments where individual understanding and original work are paramount. And again, these are pretty standard and will be placed where those proctored exams and discussion questions, those kind of things are. So it was determined that we would create a pilot within one of our programs to launch the badge. And so the RN to BSN program was selected. This is a completion program consisting of a total of 10 courses. But there are courses that aren't within the nursing program, and so we decided we would only add them to the specific nursing courses. So that would only make it so that we only had 6 courses to update. We launched on the last start in December to give us some breathing room, as that start doesn't generally have a lot of students. This would allow us to rapidly make changes if anything went wrong. A meeting of all the department heads was held to ensure all elements were ready to go. The curriculum services team had already put together some infographics, but during the meeting, there were a few other infographics that the team thought would assist students in learning the ins and outs of AI. So we created a prompt engineering infographic to help students understand how to write clear and concise prompts. An AI basics infographic was created sharing a list of several AI platforms and their general focus. And as well, we had the AI badges infographic showing the do's and don'ts of the Aspen badges. We put together a course with all of these infographics, so we would only need to update in one place, and we linked it out into each of the individual nursing courses. The dean and program director put their best faculty in those courses. Additionally, they worked to ensure that these faculty were AI positive. And it's such a weird phrase to say, but I think AI positive really works in this situation. One of the big questions that was asked was, will we provide alternative assignments for those who don't want to use AI? And the answer was simply no, because AI meets our university mission-based outcome focused on technology. Our provost put together a training for faculty to ensure they were prepared for the changes. The training centered on discussion of AI, of Aspen's AI policy. AI is not considered a scholarly source. AI citations, the TII scores, AI badges, as well as the requirements and submissions. And above all, the need to be understanding and supportive as our students are learning. You never know what kind of feedback you're going to get after a pilot program, but we were up for hearing all of it. Luckily, the pilot program went smoothly from a curriculum standpoint. The pilot lasted 3 months, and then we reconvened to discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly. At the end of March, we met as a team, the program director, interim dean, provost, instructional designer, and myself, to discuss how it went. And overall, the pilot went well. The program director mentioned that even with putting our AI positive instructors, there was still pushback. Our discussion centered around the need for an announcement for all AI badge courses, letting students know that the course has AI elements. The program director discussed creating a lounge specific to AI and her program to help students get more comfortable. Additionally, the program director suggested again reducing the number of badges, but it was decided that 3 captured the exact needs of the students. I reviewed my notes, and it looks like I had roughly 23 meetings about AI between when we started talking about it and and through the end of the pilot. One area we are still working on is ensuring equity within the tools. For instance, a student who has a paid ChatGPT account has an advantage over a student who does not pay for the upgraded service. And overall, we utilized the ADDIE model just like we do when we review courses and programs. We took a long, deep look and analyzed how we should approach AI with our students and faculty. As a group, we designed the overall approach. My team developed the infographics and ensured our courses had what they needed. We implemented the pilot, and we evaluated how it went in order to make adjustments and changes. We continue to make adjustments and changes. For instance, we are embedding more than 2 to 3 friendly assignments in the program. And there is talk about changing the discussion or journal questions to be assisted rather than restricted. So a couple potential assignments that you could use if you're thinking about this is critique the AI, analyze AI generated content, and have students articulate the good and the bad of the text. Then, based on that analysis, create a revised essay. Have AI create a business plan and the students analyze it. Predict responses from AI. Provide AI responses and students can improve upon one. AI debates. Student debates the AI. Identify pros and cons through AI. Develop rubrics. Compare and contrast data. Infer trends and themes. Create an outline. AI to review data sets before the student dives deeper into a more nuanced analysis. And that's just to name a few. I mean, the sky's the limit. And just like that, our approach to AI will continue to shift and change as the services themselves evolve. And if you'd like to continue the conversation, you can reach out to me at any of these three. Thank you and have a great day.